This November, Axbridge Community Theatre presents Samuel Beckett's Footfalls and Harold Pinter's The Dumb Waiter.
I'm Phil Saunders, I'm Chair of Axbridge Community Theatre, and this autumn I'm directing two one-act plays in November, one by Harold Pinter and one by Samuel Beckett, which is a departure from the company, both in that we're doing one-act plays and that we're focusing in on what might be considered perhaps the more avant-garde end of the 20th century canon. So I'd like to say a few words about why we picked those particular plays. Harold Pinter sadly died in 2008, and we thought it would be a good idea to honour that great playwright by doing something 10 years on from that. It seemed like a very good idea at the time, but we then immediately discovered that in London there was a major retrospective of all his short plays going on, and it was almost impossible to get a licence to perform any of his stuff. However, luckily we applied through Samuel French and we managed to get the licence for The Dumb Waiter, one of his earlier plays and one of my very favourites. I've always liked his plays since I was young, I think partly because they were short and very easy to read in the sixth form library compared to War and Peace or anything like that. So we then had the issue of what can we put with it to make a full evening. There were no other Pinter licences available, so I started to look at the work of Samuel Beckett because we knew that Pinter was so influenced by Beckett and to some extent their contemporaries. So in researching the shorter works of Samuel Beckett, I came across something that I didn't know before that I now consider to be a real masterpiece, and that's the play Footfalls. It's a short play, it clocks in at about 20 minutes. It's very poetic, it uses movement, it uses voice, it uses drama in a very integrated way to tell the story of this woman who's in her 40s and her mother, and of some unspecified traumatic event that has had a serious effect on her life. It's incredibly visual, it's incredibly atmospheric, it's very, very tense, and I think people coming on the evening will find it really like something they've never seen before.